Hey guys, welcome to a new special episode of Shield's Cooking. And I say special because I got a guest over all the way from Canada, other side of the ocean, Mr. Ron Mckinlay. Normally, I think known for butchery because he is an incredible chef. Lots of skills, lots of knowledge on that. But today he's gonna cook an onion dish, and I think it's one of his signatures. Maybe you can tell a little bit.
I've done a lot of them. I've done a lot of them. Yeah, I think it's the same idea with how I look at butchery, using everything. And this is exactly what we're gonna do. It's a humble ingredient, super easy to work with. Everyone knows an onion, but we're gonna use everything and just make it as delicious as possible, and just show how good a simple ingredient like this can be if you just actually pay attention and know what you're doing. So that's the idea, unless I completely mess it up, but I guess we'll find out. So onion. Not a very expensive ingredient, but there's a few little tricks to make it really stand out. One is we're gonna take the insides out and make a soup from it, but serving it back in the onion. And a trick with that is this skin, it's pretty brittle, as you can see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay some wet towels on the tray, onions on top, wet towels on top, and then we're just gonna bang it in the oven again about 180 for only about 5 or 6 minutes. Then it's gonna come out of the oven. We get these towels cold and wet again, put them back on, and again, it's just to keep the skin a little bit wet, so when we cut and we scoop it, it's not brittle and it breaks everywhere. We're gonna be scooping everything out, so you only take it down so far, otherwise you'll mess it up. The good thing about onions is they're cheap. So just on the cusp, so you get it nice and somewhat flat. Cut this. We can take this off, and then that'll be saved for making the velouté. Keep your lid, and then this is the fun part. So this is really handy. You don't need it, but it's gonna save you a lot of time. And it you can see, kind of fits perfectly. Mm-hmm. And voila, you just get to the root. If you go too far, you clip the root out, it's gonna leak everywhere. You don't want that. I just kind of release the sides so you're not putting too much pressure when you pull it. And you always want to leave at least one ring, so there's actually some stability. And if these big mitts can get in here and do it, you'll be fine. And then that, basically it. Nice, and just kind of scoop it.
If you don't have a big bon parisien scoop, you can just use a normal spoon. The tool does make it a lot easier. Once you're happy with the result, keep them covered in your fridge for later.
Now, from scooping all the onions, we have all the insides of the onions. So we're gonna slice these up, and what we need is about, give or take, 500 grams of the sliced onions for the velouté, and then the excess stuff as well, we're gonna slice up, and that's gonna be for the caramelized onions to finish the dish too.
First, pour a drizzle of oil in a pan and start glazing these with 3 grams of salt and a little herb bundle that's made from 1 bay leaf and 5 sprigs of thyme. Glaze it on a low heat so no color will form. After 10 minutes, add 250 grams of cream together with 250 grams of milk and 250 grams of vegetable stock. Bring this to a simmer. Gently let it simmer for at least 30 minutes. Once the onions are soft, remove the herbs and pass it through a fine sieve.
So that's the onion soup passed. We will add the liquid back in. I like to get all the pulp in there, get it blending first, get it as smooth as possible, and then I'll start adding the liquid back in. And I just find to get a better consistency that way, and less errors.
Now add the liquid till it has reached the desired consistency and season it with salt and sherry vinegar. Keep it in your fridge for later.
We are gonna keep all these. We're gonna turn this into an ash, and that's gonna be used in the soup again. So literally no wastage, but also all the trims becoming something that's tasty and flavorful. So that's the whole point. We're just gonna get a char on these, dry them off completely afterwards, and then blend them into a nice burnt onion powder.
Not only is this powder great to finish Ron's lovely dish, but it's also great to give a beautiful barbecue flavor to a piece of pan-fried meat, fish or vegetables. Keep it covered for later. Then the caramelized onions. Begin by slicing 500 grams in thin slices. Now melt 75 grams of butter on a medium heat. before also adding 15 grams of brown sugar. Caramelize this for a couple of minutes before adding the sliced onions. Season it with 4 grams of salt and then caramelize it on a low heat with 3 sprigs of thyme and 1 bay leaf. Cover the pan with a lid in between so the onions don't dry out and get a beautiful caramelization. Once you're happy with the color, deglaze the pan with 25 grams of sherry vinegar and 50 grams of Madeira. Reduce it until the texture is thick and the onions are shiny. Then remove the herbs and keep it in your fridge for later. Now for the Parmesan custard.
Right, so the Parmesan part, this is important to get the rind on because the flavors are so much better, and a lot of people just throw this out, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to take the rind off with about, give or take, 120 grams of the parm, and then we're going to put it on the silpat, roast it in the oven, get it all nice and golden brown. It's still nice and soft. You can see all that lovely fat and all that lovely oil, but to get really good color and more flavor, which is the whole point of this, use this lovely contraption.
If you don't have a blowtorch, you can also use the grill setting in your oven. Now also grate 80 grams of Parmesan cheese in a bowl. Then mix 300 grams of cream with 100 grams of milk, the baked Parmesan cheese, the grated Parmesan cheese, 2 crushed cloves of garlic, 3 sprigs of thyme, 3 grams of salt and 2 bay leaves. Now heat this up and then let it infuse for 10 minutes on a low heat. After that, cool it down and let it infuse overnight in your fridge.
So now we have the Parmesan mixture that's been chilled overnight, and it's all solidified and really hard now. So we just need to bring it back up to heat, get all those flavors going again, and then we're just gonna pass it off through this sieve. Once this is passed off, we're gonna really squeeze all the flavor out. And then this is the base of the custard. I have about 160 grams of yolks here. That's about, give or take, 8 eggs. That goes in the bowl. And then what we're gonna do, wait, let's pull this down, is just pour this in, and then once this is mixed nicely, then we're just gonna bake it in the oven at 140 degrees Celsius until it's actually past how you want it. You almost want to take it too far on purpose. 1, it gets more of that roasted flavor, and 2, it's also, we're gonna blend it back after and get it super smooth. So one of the last steps for this is just pouring it straight in. This is gonna go into a 140 degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. So next step with the Parmesan custard, it's come out of the oven, it's warm. And while it's just cooling, we're gonna keep it warm. We gotta bloom the gelatin. So we've got 4 leaves or 6.6 grams. And we're just gonna let that do its thing. We just take this while it's still warm, quite warm, and we're gonna blend it. And it is important to do it while it's warm, so it mixes in with the gelatin properly and gets the gelatin going, but not too hot either. And then what we're gonna do is, once this is all passed, we'll just put cling film on top so no air gets at it, doesn't get a skin. And then we'll just put it in the fridge, and it's gonna set a little bit because of that gelatin, and it'll get a really nice firm texture that'll hold up against the soup when you're eating it, which is the whole point. So next step, this is gonna be one of the finishing touches on the plate, is just a bay leaf oil. Again, really, really simple. So we've got 6 bay leaves going in. We've got, give or take, a large handful of spinach. What do we say, about 80 grams? 80 grams of spinach, give or take. And this is what's gonna really give the nice color and everything. And then 250 grams of oil, veg oil, or a neutral oil. Bang a lid on this, get it going as fast as we can, and that's gonna put enough heat through this to get it to about, what, like 80 degrees Celsius or so, get the chlorophyll out, and we'll get a nice bright green oil. So you can see the color now is super vibrant and super green. So then you just have to, you wanna get all that sediment out of there. So we're just gonna pass it through a really fine chinois here, but if you have kitchen paper or a cloth or something to pass it through, just to get all those little bits out so you get this perfect green, clean oil. So we'll let this sit, all come down. Like we had to get it hot before to get the green out of it. Now we're just gonna put this in the fridge to retain it. So we'll get nice and cold now, and we'll get that nice, lovely green oil.
To take the presentation of Ron's dish to the next level, we picked some lovely local herbs and flowers. You can use any local plants that grow near you, or use some dried hay. So what you just saw is that we went for a little bit of a urban forage at the area of where the studio, the kitchen is located. And now we're just gonna build the dish where the onion will be put on top. Just decorate a bowl with the herbs and flowers. The onion is sitting on some coarse salt or beans to keep it level. Later on you can just reuse those. Keep it in your fridge for later. Now we can start to finish the dish. First heat up the onion velouté and the caramelized onions. Then cover the bottom of the hollowed onion with the caramelized onion and place a canal of the Parmesan cheese custard on top. Now gently pour the hot velouté on top and finish it with a drizzle of the bay leaf oil and some of the onion powder. Then cover the onion with the top and it's ready to be served. Okay guys, that's it for today. I must say, I have a feeling I didn't do a lot today.
That's an accurate feeling.
So thanks for that. I really appreciate it giving me a day off as well. But I must say it looks amazing. I love going outside as well to really make it very pretty and bring it to the next level.
I mean, you help pick the flowers.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Right?
Yeah, huge awesome.
Help. But yeah, I can't wait to dig in because it smells incredible. So
yeah, it's all downhill after that. Yeah, that's the trick. That's the trick.
Yeah, in terms of wine pairing, if you want to know more, it's a lovely wine from south of France. Click on the link in the description and we'll talk a little bit more about the pairing. But I can't wait to dig in because it looks incredible.
Yeah, man, you go first.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's a gorgeous color as well.
Oh yeah, make a mess.
It's so good with the caramelized shallot as well.
So why not?
And the bay leaf is incredible.
Win.
Yeah.
Now we look like two wankers drinking our wine. Awesome.
Nah, but Ron, or like we call each other, Kevin.
Kevin, fucking Kevin.
I really appreciate you coming all the way here to the Netherlands.
No, man, pleasure. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I haven't had. I've been busy.
Yeah.
I've been busy so far. No, I think it's been great. I get to come see your studio, your setup, everything.
Was really cool.
It's like a stage.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I staged with you.
Well, Ron has a pop-up here in the Netherlands in the weekend. We're gonna try to get the video out as soon as possible, so that if you don't have a ticket, you can get a ticket straight away. And we're talking about me coming to Toronto very soon as well. So
yes, let's figure that out. Let's get that going.
October, November.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. Thanks a lot for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Like and share the video and subscribe if you want to see more great videos.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Thanks guys.